back to Glitter Budget with your hosts, Anjanette.
And Jess.
And in today's episode, we're continuing our romance movie month.
Yeah.
And we are continuing it.
Yes.
Like I just said, continuing.
Yep. You got this.
With the movie Pretty Woman from the year 1990, starring Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. It's directed by Gary Marshall, written by J.F. Lawton. It's also starring Ralph Bellamy, Jason Alexander, Laura San Giacomo, Alex Hyde White. I can't say his name for whatever reason. Amy Asbeck, Eleanor Donahue, Hector Elizondo, and Judith Baldwin, as well as others.
It's one of my favorites. I love this movie.
She was super, super excited to watch it. I had never seen it until she was like, "You're gonna fucking watch Pretty Woman today." I'm like, "All right, okay, Jesus."
I was one of those. I mean, I eventually left early, but I was one of those people that was like, "Does she like it? Is she gonna laugh at this part? Is it like, yeah?" It's probably best that I left.
I felt her eyes boring into my skull. It is a good movie. I liked it more than I thought that I would. Not that I didn't think that I would like it at all, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did.
Gotcha.
Because it is a cute movie, and it was not believable that Julia Roberts was a prostitute. But it turned out,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of like allude in the movie that she wasn't doing it for very long.
yeah, which that's more believable.
Yeah. So yeah, she
But-
was definitely like very, very new to it, but I don't know. I love the chemistry that Julia Roberts and Richard Gere had. And originally Richard Gere wasn't going to do the movie, so like they had done like the read through together.
Mhm.
And I guess he was about to like call his agent, be like, "Nah, I don't really want to do this." And she kind of slipped him a note and was like, "Please,
Yeah,
please do this."
fine."
So I guess like Al Pacino had auditioned and did a read through with her, and he turned it
And he's
down
like, "Fuck no, I'm not dealing with that."
until he saw
And
the sex scenes.
yeah, he's like, "Damn it." No, that was Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds. Well, they both
Yeah.
like did read throughs and turned it. I don't even think Burt Reynolds did a read through with her. I think he was
No, I
just
think
offered.
he was offered it. He turned it down, and then when he saw the sex scene, she's like,
Nice.
"Ah, man, shit." And Christopher Reeves fucking like tore up the script and was like, "Fuck this." After he was doing a read through with not with Julia Roberts because she wasn't there during that particular read through, but it was with someone else. Just was filling in for her. And Christopher Reeve got so pissed off. He was just like, "Wah," and just like got so frustrated and he left.
I think it was also offered. I think to John Travolta. I think.
There were a lot of people that role was offered to that like you can't imagine them being in it. Like Robin Williams, I think was one of the people it was offered to as well.
Yeah. No.
And Christopher Lambert. They wanted, I think, originally they wanted Sean Connery and Meg Ryan.
Sean
Because it's
Connery, I
Disney.
could see.
Yeah,
Sean Connery, I could see. Fuck you, Meg Ryan. That's how I feel about that.
that's
That would have ruined the movie.
yeah. It would
I
not
could
have been good.
see Sandra Bullock and Jennifer Connelly
Yeah.
do it. I could kind of see them doing it,
Mm-hmm.
but
But that's who, because this was essentially done by Disney. Like it was like Disney was like the parent company behind this movie.
just weird.
Yeah, because originally it was supposed to be much darker.
Yes, I'm thrilled that they didn't go down the road of like her being like a coke addict and a part of the agreement was her not using for a week and then at the end Kit overdosed while she was gone. Like, no, that would have been
Yeah, and then
ugh.
but also the original ending was Kit doesn't die, but she and Vivian end up going to Disneyland.
Which is dumb. This is so
It's like-
dumb.
It's like, of course, only Disney would feel like that's an appropriate ending for a dark movie like that. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Uh,
What are you gonna do now that you survived your coke-induced week with this? I'm gonna go to Disneyland. That's just so weird. And also, what I thought, like Molly Ringwald was.
Yeah, they really wanted her to do it 'cause she
Mhm.
was, she's part of the Brat Pack. She was super popular back then, and she was like, "I don't want to be a hooker."
Yeah. And then Drew Barrymore and someone else.
Winona Ryder.
Were considered too young for the role.
Yeah. Yeah,
That yeah,
yeah,
they would have been. But
yeah. Julia Roberts was 22,
yeah.
22, and Richard Gere was 40.
Hmm.
He's hot.
Yeah.
He looked damn good.
Hmm. Hmm. I liked like I really did like the chemistry between the two of them, and I liked the fact that I guess Gary Marshall had said to Richard Gere like, you know, what one's a one. There's the two people in this movie. One's a doer. One's a mover. One's not.
Yeah.
Guess which one you are.
And stop moving.
Like, just you're not gonna be that kind of person. Which I thought was like, and I liked that between the two of them because you can't have both of the main characters be like up and over the top because
Yeah.
Vivian is supposed to be very lively
Yeah.
and Richard Gere's character not.
Which I think, for somebody who is just business, 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 and the type of business that he was doing, I think that matches. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
all kind of like flows together well. But as I, Richard Gere basically he's a workaholic. Like that's all he does is work, and he does like basically acquisitions, sells, like buys these companies that are kind of failing, and then just breaks them up and sells like parts of them. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a really cold business. Like you kind of have to be a cold hearted dick to do this.
Yeah.
But it keeps him so busy. He like kind of can't keep a relationship, but you can kind of tell because he's so rigid.
Mhm.
When he's not doing business, he probably doesn't have like a ton of fun.
Probably not. No.
And I can't imagine, like, I'm sure a lot of the girls that he was dating were probably, socialites, but it starts in the beginning of him, like, doing this party, in California and LA, gets in an argument, breaks up with his girlfriend over the phone. She was just like, I might as well just, like, leave now. He's like, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Like, damn. But he runs into somebody, that I guess he had dated previously, and he was like, congratulations on the marriage and stuff. And she's like, couldn't wait around for you forever. And he's like, we were dating. Like, did you talk to my secretary more than you talked to me? She was like, she was a bridesmaid, my
Yeah.
wedding. He's
Yeah.
like,
She was my maid of honor.
he's like, oh, damn. All right. Like, you
Yeah.
could kind of just see the reality like sinking in of like, maybe this is an issue.
Yeah. And then he gets into I'm not a car person, so I don't know if this car is pronounced Lotus Esprit or what or Esprit. I
I think
don't
you're right the first
know.
time.
Lotus Esprit?
I think, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Sure. But Ferrari and Porsche or Porsche?
I call it Porsche, but I could be wrong. Who the fuck knows?
Anyway, those two car companies did not want their cars used in the movie because they did not want to promote picking up prostitutes. And they were the losers in this situation
Mm-hmm.
because Lotus Esprit did very well.
Yes, they did.
Like, sales tripled for them the year that this movie came out. And good for them. That's a UK brand, I guess, of sport car.
Yes.
I'm trying to sound like I know what the fuck cars, what they do and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely would have been Richard Gere in this scenario, not knowing how to drive stick shift.
Yeah, it would have been rough. I'm okay once I'm going, but getting in, into first and like taking off is really the hardest when you're learning stick or if you're on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it would have been rough. It would have been bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I loved it. I love that the chemistry they had together, the piano scene where you can kind of tell, feelings are starting to get there. But I guess that was actually Richard Gere playing the piano. I guess he's very, very well piano player, and that was his piece of music that he had written for that scene.
Yeah. But they actually had to dub in the piano keys that were pressed during that dalliance because the ones that they had actually done, like Richard Gere and Julia Roberts had actually done, were so discordant
Yeah.
that they were like, we have to make them sound a little bit better, but not like you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I
because it
mean?
was definitely like a little bit of an elegant kind of sound, but I'm more than sure realistically it was just like,
Yeah. You're just like it jars something in your brain. You're like, nope, I don't like that. But yeah, I liked I the sex scenes weren't even like overt or anything. I think there
No,
might have been like a fraction of a second flash of nip or something like that.
maybe.
Maybe if you watch real close, maybe, but they're like it's I think they were done so tastefully.
I think that's what I like about this movie is that, their chemistry was great. I mean, Julia Roberts, like, she just has that infectious smile and personality that, but it was just a love story, right? So I liked that they didn't make it raunchy. They didn't make it like this gritty, dirty film.
Hmm.
Like, it's just a love story about this woman who clearly probably didn't have that best of a life back in Georgia, which she kind of touches on like a little bit. So somehow ends up in LA, hooks up with Kit, who basically is just like, hey, I'll give you a place to stay. I'll show you the ropes if you want. Like, if this is what you want to do. Kind of like obviously she wasn't like thrilled with it. This was not something that she's like, yep, this is my life now. Like, this is the end game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I liked how she kind of brought that, just, I don't know, that like just fun, like she says, fly by the seat of my pants. Kind of like, let's just figure this out to Richard Gere's life, who obviously was like probably very miserable and didn't have that spontaneity and,
Hmm.
just that genuine like connection with anyone. And they just kind of came together and fell in love. So it wasn't
Mm.
necessarily like, I'm just, let me show you about the hooker life
Yeah.
per se. So I don't know. Yeah, but I think that's why I liked it so much is that it was just about them falling in love. It wasn't about the sex,
Hmm.
but there was sexy time.
There was, and it was quite nice. You were just like, oh,
And it was quite nice, but apparently during the sex scene, I think like
the sex
the
scene.
sex scene where they actually like, because they in the beginning during their first transaction, neither one of them was like, we don't kiss in the mouth. It's just too personal. No emotions,
Hmm.
whatever. Don't kiss in the mouth. So they kiss in the mouth. So that they fall in love. That's real, but it's Julia Roberts was so fucking nervous doing it. She just couldn't. Like, she was so nervous, she started to break out in hives
Hmm.
and started to get like, the angry vein like in the middle of your forehead started to bulge out. So they were just kind of like, all right, just
Calm down, calm down. Like Richard Gere and the director are like, oh shit, let's massage the vein away. Let's just rub a
It's
calamine lotion all over you, and you'll be fine.
I can't. That'd be so embarrassing. I don't think I'd be like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I ruined the scene.
I would have just, yeah, I would have. Mm-mm. I would have been like, well, it was nice knowing you. You guys can finish the film some other way. I will not be here.
Hope you
But
got enough.
yep, because that's it. Sorry.
I love that, and I love the bathtub scene is like one of my favorite scenes. One, just because I envy that bathtub so much.
It's a very nice bathtub. Her singing was atrocious, but
It was. It was.
it hurt to hear that scene. I did not care for that. I was just like, ha, she's butchering this Prince song.
I think that's probably why I liked it. Cause I'm like, that would be me. I can relate.
I guess I was just,
But obviously, like, it was one of those things too where she wasn't probably expecting him to come in.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I loved to the amount of bubbles, and I've always wondered in any type of like movie when they get these obnoxious amount of bubbles where you can't see anything, how they do it. I guess they had used detergent, but it was so powerful it stripped the red dye out of her hair. So when they were done the scene, they were like, so you should be done for tonight, but you have to stay here so we can re-dye your hair. Sorry.
Oops. I find it so funny. Like I know that there's ways that you can like there's wig caps and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she actually used a wig cap, but they're supposed to make it us believe that she fit all of that hair
Oh, right.
under that tiny little wig
Yeah.
without a wig cap.
Even with a wig cap,
Yeah, I mean
that would have
it
been
could.
hard pressed, man. She had like a lot of hair.
Yeah, it can be done, but not. It's it helps tremendously if you have a wig cap. But I when I saw this, because like I Jason Alexander I know from Seinfeld,
Oh, yeah.
so this was right before Seinfeld was like that's where he got his like fame from, Jason Alexander. So like this was like right before that started, I guess. And so it's weird seeing him in this role where he's like this asshole that essentially he tries to rape, molest, sexually assault
Yeah.
Vivian.
Well, because he again, I think that's where, consent and the difference between, yes, like I'm a hooker, but there's still consent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it was just one of those things where he was just like, yeah, no, like totally. Like you're doing this for him. Like, why not just spread it around? Like, this is what you do, right? So it's not that
Yeah.
big of a deal.
Yeah. I pay you, you do it. Like, she can still say no, dude. Fuck you. So it was weird, George Costanza, guy that tries raping someone.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. It's like, if anyone watches Criminal Minds, now I love you forever, but you don't watch it, right?
No.
Of course you don't.
Wow. Not that I wouldn't like it. I just haven't watched it.
I do still love you though. But
Uh-huh.
um there's an episode he's in an episode of Criminal Minds, and it's just weird seeing him in that instance too, because he plays a killer.
Oh, yeah.
But he's in this weird, like, he almost looks like a weird, like, Colonel Sanders type character.
What?
Only because, like, he's got this white hair with, like, like the facial hair that's kind of very similar to Colonel Sanders. He's
Didn't
got
he
like,
play Colonel Sanders at one point for one of the commercials?
did he?
I think so.
That it all comes
Right? Yeah.
full circle. Holy shit.
Yeah. It all makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Wow. Well, if he did, then he brought that role to life in this Criminal Minds episode. But yeah, it's just, it's so weird when, because he was, Seinfeld was on for like fucking years,
Yeah.
and Costanza is just that, he's just so very different from these characters. It's weird. So it's nice seeing him not typecast in these other
Yeah.
roles,
Yeah.
even though this Pretty Woman was before Seinfeld. But like, yes. Anyway, go on.
I don't know. I liked the result of that scene, I guess, because it's, her leaving, the week's over,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Gere's just like, hey, not realizing that, like, he's offending her at all. And, him wanting to still be with her, but not knowing actually how to have a relationship,
Yeah.
essentially. So basically, just like, listen, like, I want to keep seeing you. I'll set you up with, like, your own hotel or own apartment and stuff in New York, this, that, and the third. Like, it's basically already been done. It's been set up. And she's just like, no, I want you. Like, I want the real thing.
Yeah.
Like, not this side piece where I have my own place. Like, this does make me feel like cheap and like a hooker
Mm-hmm.
is not okay. And he, like, no clue. He's like, this is a big step for me. Like, not understanding at all why she's upset. So she's already upset. She doesn't want to leave. She's fallen in love with him. And then fucking Toolbag comes in and tries to, like, get a piece. But,
Yeah.
Richard Gere's character walks in, like, after she, like, nails him right in the nuts
Mm-hmm.
and just, like, throws him the fuck out, fires him on the spot, like, gets handsy with him. And I'm like, just say that you love her and you want to be with her forever because you know you do.
Well, that came shortly afterwards.
That scene was just fucking adorable.
It was pretty cute.
Oh,
But I like that this movie, along with several others, like the title of this movie, Pretty Woman, has nothing to do with the movie itself. It's just based off of the titular song that is
yeah.
in the movie, like "Stand by Me," "Lean on Me," "My Girl."
Yeah.
All these movies that have, like, it's just based off of the songs that were used in the movies. It's not actually like having to do with the movie itself, because like the movie was originally going to be called 3000.
That's an awful title, too.
It is an awful title. I'm glad that they went with Pretty Woman, but it's, based off of the $3,000 that that Vivian is paid to spend the week with, which is, like, if you adjust for inflation to this day, is about $6,000. So
It's a chunk of
$1,000 a
change,
day,
man. Yeah.
about, for 6 days of work. Not bad, not bad.
I mean, seriously, to be wined and dined and, again, like, he was just
Mm-hmm.
a gentleman about the whole thing.
Yeah, like, he is far, like, he never at any point, like, because even that first night, um, he was just like, we can just talk, just chill out,
It's
hang
just like,
out.
you've never done this before, have you?
Yeah.
I love how she, like, sits on his desk. He's like, you're on my fax. It's never one I've been on before. And just breaks out the condoms. Just like, I'm a safety girl. Safety.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, 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 no. No, but I guess, the thing that creeped me out, because, I'm on, like, feet. But they hang out, they talk, whatever. So she's like laying down in like the little living room area of their suite, the penthouse, and just watching I Love Lucy reruns and just laughing like a loon. And I guess to get her to get that genuine laugh, the director was tickling her feet. That's so gross.
Apparently, it was gross. I don't know. I I would not laugh hysterically like that for someone tickling my I would probably accidentally kick them in the face, if we're gonna be honest. Like, that's not what's gonna work. Like, you would have to be, like, doing something fucking hilarious in my line of sight in order for me to, like, maybe laugh, like, hysterically like that.
Yeah.
Don't You're not gonna get laughter like that. You're gonna be like, "Get the fuck up!"
Honestly, like, my feet are somewhat ticklish, but I'm not a ticklish person. It takes a lot of effort for me to actually laugh.
Just laughter is not where I go when it comes to tickling.
It's annoying.
It's just it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's one of those I'm like, "No, just don't." I just turn violent. I don't know. It's that's the visceral gut reaction that you get from me when tickling is involved. It's not.
Flips the switch.
Yep. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to me. This is another episode of What's Your Childhood Trauma? Uh Maybe that's a segment we can do. What's your childhood trauma?
Let's not. Let's not do that.
Let's not say we did.
Yeah. But you could tell, like, I mean, I guess it makes sense though. The laugh was real,
Yeah.
so that was genuine. And then there's a scene where towards the end of the week, he has a ticket to go to the opera. She gets this gorgeous dress, like just stops you in your tracks, beautiful, and he goes to show her this necklace that he had basically rented because it's worth $250,000, and it legit was worth 250 grand. So the jewelry store they borrowed it from had its security with
Armed
the bag,
security.
yeah, behind like the director with a gun. Like, you done with this necklace yet?
Yeah. Like $250,000.
But so Richard, opens it to show her, and she's like, "Holy shit!" And then goes to like reach for it and takes the box, snaps it in her hands, and that was very much improv. And so, but you could tell like her reactions genuine. It's real. I love that though. It's so cute, and I know it's coming every time. I'm like,
It's weird seeing her show these kinds of emotions for realsies. Unless it's like baby elephants, you won't get her to react
Puppies.
much. Puppies, yeah. She doesn't react to a lot of things, so it's weird. Pretty
Yeah,
Woman.
to that level, I react plenty, but to that level of gushing, no.
Yes, she's a very stoic person for the most part.
I have grown over the years.
Or have you just died over the years emotionally?
I've healed. Shut up. I don't know. I don't know what it is, like I said, about this movie. I think it's just honestly, Julia Roberts just sucks me in with that goddamn laugh and smile.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind the movies that she's been in. I've heard that she's kind of like not just from like Hook,
Yeah.
that she's like kind of like difficult to work with,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I do like the movie, like the Oceans movies. I liked those.
Yeah.
Those were good. She was in those, right?
Yeah.
Right? Did not see Erin Brockovich, but I heard it was good.
I've seen
That's
bits and
her, right?
yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I want to rewatch it though, because like what I did see of it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she was like trying to get something. He's like, "Well, how are you gonna do that?" She's like, "It's called boobs, Ed." It's like, just gonna flash my cleavage around and smile.
There you go.
Like one of my favorite movie parts of the movie. I think just because I love situations where somebody can come back and just be like a good fuck you. So like originally, I think it was like the next day he gives her a shit ton of money. And it's just like you need to go shopping for like big girl clothes that isn't a safety pin holding up your boot. So she calls Kit, talking to Kit, and she's like, "Hey, come and pick up rent money too." She's like, "I don't even know like where do I get clothes around here?" She's like, "Rodeo Drive, baby." but she still has like her hooker get up, like, because that's all she had to wear.
Yeah.
So she goes into this clothing store. She has all this money, and they were just basically like snotty fucking bitches, and basically like, you don't belong here.
Hmm.
So she goes back to the hotel, very upset, crying. Like the maitre d' of the hotel is just basically like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
And kind of figures out, and he's like, "You're his niece."
I loved his character, by the way. The
Yes.
the manager of the hotel. I was like, he's amazing. He was played by Hector Elizondo, and I think he was also in the Gigolo movie that Richard Gere was in,
I didn't see
where he
that.
played the I didn't see it either, but American Gigolo, something about gigolos, whatever. But Richard Gere plays a male escort slash
Oh,
prostitute in that movie. And I'm pretty sure Hector Elizondo is in that movie as well
I'll have to
and
watch it.
plays So haha, 6 degrees of separation.
He warms up to her in the movie.
Yeah, but it's like they have like a really cute relationship, and you can continue your
That's okay.
story.
But he helps her, and originally she thinks like he's gonna call the cops and like kick her out and stuff. But
Hmm.
basically, he's just like, "Listen, this is not okay in this hotel. So you're his niece visiting," and she's like, "You know, okay." So, but he gets her a car, gets her set up or whatever for whatever she needed. So she goes back. She's like, or no, he goes to get her car, and I think Richard Gere was the one that took her out originally at
Hmm.
first to go shopping. Then he left her like once she was all set up because they
Well,
get
who
went.
was that lady that he
That
sent her
was
to?
for the evening gown. I think originally like she got her size and got her set up.
Uh huh.
I think later, so she was the one which just like, oh,
Oh no, because she got one outfit, one dress, and
yeah,
that was that first night, right? Like
yeah, yeah,
she tries going out, she gets turned down at the store, and the manager sends her to this lady.
yeah. That was like in the hotel, kind of.
Yeah, she sets her up with an outfit for that night when with the escargot.
Yes, 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 yes.
And
Okay.
then Richard Gere's character is like, "You only got one outfit? I'm surprised." And then she tells him like, "Well, that's because they were mean to me."
Yeah,
And then he takes her out for the day, like
that's right.
shopping.
So it was like I'm not really his niece. They never are, dear. Like, that's right. No, you are correct. Just like the first store they go into, just like, listen, we're about to spend an obscene, like, helps like an
An
obscene
obscene amount of
amount of
money.
money. And she's like, I like his tie. I like your tie. He would like your tie. Just but she inevitably though goes back to that store and she's has this gorgeous like dress on with this hat, like all these bags and stuff. And they go and they don't even recognize her, so they're
Yeah.
just basically immediately like, "What do you need? What do you need help with?" Oh my god! And she's like, No, I was in here the other day and you refused to help me. You guys work in commission, right?" Yes. Big mistake. Huge
Huge.
mistake. I have more shopping to do. And just like
Yeah.
walks out. I was like, I don't know why. I love those kind of like, yeah, those
Ugh.
jabs and just like right in your face. I was just like, yes.
It was nice. It
That's what you
was
get for being
just
a snotty
desserts.
bitch.
Yeah.
I just don't like snotty bitches.
Uh, I don't like snotty bitches either. And it seems like Rodeo Drive would be full of them.
Oh god, yeah. I wonder if Rodeo Drive's still like what it was back in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if
Yeah.
it's still like the place to go shopping and you're
I mean, I
got
assume
to have a
kind of
black card to spend in there.
like in New York, Saks Fifth Avenue
Yeah.
or Fifth Avenue, you know, those obviously I've never shopped there, so you you can tell by my lack of knowledge. But Fifth that that road street
Yeah.
in New York, yeah,
It's
it's got
still
all
a
the
thing.
yeah. At least it was the last time I was in New York.
I don't know, 'cause didn't Barney's close?
Did it?
I think. I don't know.
Bloomingdale's is still a thing, right?
See that you could tell how you don't shop like that.
We don't shop at the fancy stores. We don't have Louis Vuitton. Mm-mm. We don't have his stuff.
No. No, again, I feel like that's stores you have to go into and you need a black card. Like White House Black Market is my fancy store and Express. That's what I consider fancy.
Yes. Express, yes. And I like their jeans. But we only go there when they have sales.
Their sales are really good though.
They are. You can get $80 jeans for what, $20 maybe?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a fucking $75 shirt for 12.
Yeah. So yeah,
The fact
it's
that these shirts and pants are this much to begin with, it's like, what? Who do you think you are?
yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand.
There were probably, 5-year-old children making a penny a day sewing together these clothes. What is your overhead? Sorry.
It's okay.
Uh,
But yeah, even like the expensive stores, we don't actually shop their site for sales.
exactly. Yes, exactly. I'm more of a Target shopper.
It depends on what I need. Like my work clothes or like fancy dresses and stuff, I will go to White House Black Market for. But again, sales.
That's because she works at like a legit place that has like you need adult clothes for.
I don't. I wear jeans to work every fucking day.
But
If I have it, if I
business casual, okay? That's their
this
thing.
is fancy for me. I'm like throwing up my hands and like fuck this mic. This shirt, if I wore this to work, they'd be like, "Oh my god, do you have a meeting with somebody? Where are you going?"
Well, I can't wear this to work. One, jeans have holes. Two, there's cleave.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to wear like cleavage type stuff. Like if I wear this, I typically wear like something under it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three,
Oh, shoulder.
if you show shoulders, that is a no-no.
You know, I'm not that. Now, obviously, like if I have a meeting with other agencies or like we did interviews last week, then yes, I had on my dress slacks and stuff, which is why I still occasionally shop at those places.
Mm.
And during the summer, I like to wear my dresses.
She does. She's a dressy lady.
So, but you know how cheap I am too. So, like the one dress I got at White House Black Market, it was like, I don't know, $200 dress, and I got that shit for $25. And I'm one of those people that's like, I had to fucking say, I'm one of those assholes that's like, this really expensive dress for $25.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be, but I am.
I still feel like it's still a flex though, because like you didn't spend this exorbitant amount of money on a piece of fabric.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it's pretty, but it's a summer dress, so it's thin.
Yeah.
Like it's not like thick, heavy fabric.
Like is it the kind of fabric that is even going to last throughout the years?
Possibly. I don't know. I mean, their stuff does last pretty long.
That's good. At least
But-
there's that. Because if you have, like, if it's expensive clothing that also does not stand the test of time, who do you think you are?
Yeah, no, their stuff lasts. I mean, I have stuff from them that's I've had for years, and it looks great still. So
Well,
we are way off fucking topic.
we are. So, Pretty Woman. Very good. Where can we watch it?
Oh shit. Yeah, I think I rented it from Amazon. I'm sorry, I completely blanked on that. Yeah,
I
Amazon.
had to get it on demand.
Yep.
So, but it was only for a few dollars.
Worth it though. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Watch it. Watch it.
It is very cute. The chemistry is very good, very believable, and I don't believe that it's denigrating to women, unlike how Daryl Hannah thought it was.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I
She's
don't
like,
think,
it's
no.
denigrating to women. It's like, no, it's not. You
I don't
probably
really
just
think
don't
it
like
is.
prostitutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last movie that we're going to be doing is You've Got Mail, starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. I know Jessica hates Meg Ryan.
Didn't mind this one as much as the I it was cute.
All right.
It was okay.
That's good. All right. So that's our last romance movie. And then in the month of March, we'll be doing sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
This one I'm super excited for because this is up my alley. Anyway, so tune in for You've Got Mail later on this week. And then sci-fi movies next month.
Woo!
All right. So if you like our vibe, please like and subscribe. All of our social medias will be linked in the description box down below. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.